The Circle Strafe, the most important tool when it comes to combat. While easy to learn and usually applied by most players on their approach, most players seem to get lost after the merge. Today I'm here to teach you how to maintain a Circle Strafe throughout combat, remaining evasive and elusive to your opponents as you fight. If you watch any of Avenger 1's videos, you'll recognize this move as fighting inside the funnel. This originated from the barrel roll maneuver, eventually evolving into the rolling scissors. In space it relates more into a defensive spiral. I personally like to call it the Circle Strafe. Now before you start to learn this, I really want you to understand how to move. I made a tutorial prior known as Combat Maneuvers, and this really explains how to orbit around an object in different directions. This is going to be paramount as you try to do the Circle Strafe, as the Circle Strafe requires you to understand your ship's movement. If you haven't seen this video already, I'll link it below in the description box. Now let's get into the Circle Strafe. The best place to practice will be in a Freeflight. I first want you to understand traversal speed, and how the input of forward and rear thrust changes your traversal speed. This is illustrated by the white triangles on your HUD that shows in which direction your ship is moving. I'm going to be performing this decoupled, but you can do it in either way. The only reason I'm using decouple is so that I don't have to keep pressing inputs as I show you this. As I start to push my ship forward, you'll start to see the vectors appear in front of me. That's now indicating that my ship is moving forward. When I start to apply a side strafe, you'll start to see my ship's vector start to match my side. I'm gonna keep pushing this vector until I eventually achieve a 90-degree angle with my ship. This means that I'm now moving completely to the side. You can always get a reference of which way your ship is moving by looking at the background or objects within your vicinity. Never use your target as a primary focus for this, as your target is not going to be a reliable source to tell you this information. Now that we've done back strafe, let's see what happens when I apply forward strafe. As you can see, my vector starts to move forward. Now that you understand how your vector works, let's get into the Circle Strafe. The Circle Strafe is done by approaching a target, and as you approach the target, you're going to lap around him in a circle. The best way to do this is to strafe to either your left or your right side, and apply up strafe as you do this. While applying up strafe, you're going to be adjusting with a slight roll. This will make your vector to start to go in a circle around the target. When you're practicing this, make sure to look at your vector. Your vector should be moving in a circle. It should not be moving in straight lines or hardly at all. This can mean you're either rolling too fast or you're not applying enough side strafe or up strafe. While from a distance, your vector's circle can be very small, as you get closer to the target, you want a wider vector. This means that you need to slow your ship down as you get closer to your enemy, or maintaining a circle will not be possible, as continuing in a fast speed will put you in a straight line as you pass the enemy, making you an easy target. The goal is to not really use full inputs. You only really want to use as much as you need at any given time. This will allow you to maintain a Circle Strafe at all times. The final part of evasiveness just comes down to the distance between you and the enemy, and varies depending on ship size and speed. If you want to see some more of my tutorials, I'll link a playlist below with all my guides. I try to maintain all my tutorials up to date with any patches that come out. As soon as any of the tutorials are not relevant anymore, they will be updated. That's it for this video, and thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like.